What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. Oh yeah, guys. So I switched back to my old microphone. I did buy a new one, and I've been using it for a while, and then I did change my audio setup, and I haven't really been liking the way the microphone sounds. So I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but yeah, I've switched back to my older microphone. I'm still using the new audio equipment setup. So let me know what you guys think, if you like this better, if it's the same, you can't tell any difference. Things that I was noticing previously is I could hear my mouse clicks a lot in the keyboard and things like that, really pronounced in the audio, and that's not something I really care to have. That and, I was picking up a lot of other high frequency sounds that I just found a little distracting to myself. But anyway, let's get on with today's episode. So I've ran out of food. Yeah, I just ate my last mushroom bacon cheeseburger. It's gone. So I did bring over a full barrel of beef Wellingtons from Spawn. So I think we're going to be eating these. And then we also have these being automatically made over at Spawn. So what we could do, and which you guys have suggested many times in the comments, is that I could do the B space upgrade for this. And apparently 2 barrels can be linked and they share the same inventory. So even though that they're being made over there, like this barrel would constantly be full, it's like the same inventory, which would be really awesome. That we could always have infinite food. Yeah, that's something I might think about in the future. So something that I was just playing around with, I just discovered something, guys. This is pretty cool. So we saw before that these water wheels, these things can produce 75 RF a tick. That was the maximum amount we could produce off of one of these things, right? So we have the little setup here. So if I do, yeah, if we increase this to maximum, output to maximum, this one is letting 75 RF a tick in, right? We're gaining power here, and this is not changing. So if we bring this down by 1, whoop, that's 5. Wrong buttons. Okay, so if we bring this down by 1 to 74 RF a tick, we can see this is increasing. And if we bring this back up by 1, we can see that this number does not change. So that's really awesome. The reason why I was even playing around with this is because I put another fuel cell in our nuclear reactor, and I was like, you know what? I need to kill some time. So I just went to a creative world, and then I was thinking, I bet there's ways we could speed up this water wheel and make it output more power. And it's true. Every piece of flowing water that's touching this water wheel seems to increase its speed. So what I wanted to test was if we put water source right here flowing away from it, would that increase its power? Well, it turns out it does. Let me get over here, break these out so I have access over to my little sink thing. All right. So if we put water right there, give me, put water there, put water here, and put water right there. Oh, I don't have front glass on this, do I? Derp-a-derp. Let me just go and fill this in real quick. All right. So we have a water source block right here that's flowing away from it, right? That does increase the amount of power that this thing's making. So if we come back over here and look at the setup, we can see we are now gaining power in this first energy cell. So we can increase this by a few more. I'm not entirely sure how much more that makes. I guess it makes 2. 77. Okay, so now we're making 77 RF a tick. That's pretty cool. We can also increase this even further by continuing on to do this. So like if we were to put glass right like so. Yep, we'll go up 1 more. All right, so now we got like a little floor we can walk on right here. We do want to block this off so water doesn't flow everywhere. So now what we can do, let me grab it. Oh, I already have a bucket on my hotbar. So what we can do now is put more water like right here flowing into the water wheel, which really doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's what we got. We got water that's flowing into the water wheel. And if we come back over here, again, we can see this number is now increasing. So we could bring this up even more. So we can maybe like 81. Nope, 1 more. 82. All right, so there we go. Now we're making 82 RF a tick. Well, there is one further upgrade we can do here. Let's see if I can get in here. So we can cover this back up. Glass, like so. Yep, and then we can put water flowing from here over onto the water wheel. I think we can just do it from right at that point. So let's... Oh, you know what? I need this glass. I just don't have enough resources on me right now. Okay, so we'll do it right like this. And yeah, I think that should be fine. Water is going to flow on the floor, but we'll deal with that. So we put water here. Give me water there, here, and right there. All right, so there we go. We got 3 more things of water touching this water wheel. And if we come over here, once again, it is sure enough increasing the amount of power that this is making. So we can bring this all the way up to, I think it's 88 is the total that this is making. So we can now increase the power output of these water wheels from 75 to 88, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if this is like the most efficient and best setup, but this is, you know, the best that I've seen so far. People were saying that you can only get 75 if you put the water right there and let it wrap all the way around. But yeah, this is definitely a way to get it almost up to that 90 that we originally thought these things are making. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and change the design of our other water wheels so they're all outputting a little bit more. As we can see, it just costs a little bit, you know, of material to separate the water sources. I don't know if they actually have to be separated or not. But yeah, just a little bit more water, just some blocks in between, and we can make a lot more power off of each of these water wheels. All right, guys. Well, I took the time here and I changed the layout of our water wheel enclosures. Yeah, I extended it out by 1 block so we can kind of see all the water inside, what it's doing. So this source block right here is flowing to the left. This one's flowing to the right. This one's flowing to the right. Yeah, so we got this all done. It did require a bunch more glass and this stone. I did raise up this level right here. Yeah, we needed something to set the water on, and instead of having a glass, I just decided to do the stone brick here. But yeah, that's what we're looking like right now. So we have increased the complete power output from all 6 of these things from 450 to 528 RF a tick, which is pretty awesome. That's a little over 17% increase just by adding this in these other source blocks of water. It might have been faster just to add more water wheels. I'm not entirely sure, but we definitely want to have this the most efficient way possible. Seems like our power cables are losing power the further that they go. Well, I don't know if it's distance based or just like the cable itself or whatever, but anyway, we probably won't notice a huge power increase over at the base. We're not really using the power right now that we need to squeeze out every last drop, but once we switch over to Tesseracts and we're able to claim every single RF a tick that these are making, yeah, we're definitely going to know the difference at that point. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And yeah, we got these set up the most efficient way possible now. Awesome. All right, guys. So now that we got the water wheel situation figured out, let us look at those overclocker upgrades for the IC2 machines that make all of the machines go faster. So a little while ago, I accidentally pulverized, what was it, like lapis lazuli ore or something? Maybe it was another version. Either way, we had like 24 of this lapis lazuli dust, which is pretty much worthless unless you want to make these speed upgrades, or I guess the ICT coolant. So this is what you need. We need this stuff. And then we need the empty cell. I think this is what we need. Let's take a look at these. So in order to make these, we need to take 10 plates in extruding mode in the metal former, and then it gives us 3. All right, cool. So wait, was it tin or aluminum? I can't remember. It was the tin. It was 10. All right, 10 plates. All right, we got 16 of those. Let's just do 8. So we'll stick 8 of these over here in our metal former in extruding mode. Yeah, and that should give us 3 cells per. Right, so while that is cooking up, let us grab some transfer pipe. Yeah, I think that's what we need. So we wanted to get water over here in our fluid solid canning machine, and currently it's right here in our ore washing plant. So we're just gonna break some blocks back behind and run some pipe over. Let me through. Get me in here. All right. Actually, I don't need to be in here. So we can just do that, I think. Does this accept? No, this doesn't take water. It looks like the pipe's connected. But yeah, that doesn't matter. So this should be getting water. It has it. Awesome. All right. So now we can go ahead and cover up this once again, like so. Give me that block. All right, so this should all be done. Let's check out our metal former. We got 15 of these, so we should just be able to stick this right here. Oh, I guess I had another fuel rod in there, and we can do this. Fluid enrich tank or cell. That's the mode we are on. So that should be making IC2 coolant over here, I do believe. Or actually, I guess since we had the coolant cell right here, it's going to be putting it into the coolant. I don't think if we had the empty cells, it would just make IC2 coolant to put into this slot. If I remember right, I might be wrong. But anyway, now that we got these going, we can look at the overclocker upgrade here. So yeah, we need 10K coolant cells, which is a coolant cell wrapped in tin plates. So yet more tin to make these. And then insulated copper cables and electronic circuit. We've seen these recipes before. They ain't no thing. Oh, and that gives us 2 overclocker upgrades. I was thinking it was just 1. That's awesome. That's twice what I was expecting. Cool. So let me go ahead and... Oh, you know what? This requires a bunch of lapis dust, doesn't it? Is it... How much is that using? I wasn't even looking at that. Coolant cell. Yeah, this shows that we can put IC2 coolant in here, but it does not show like what it's using. All right. So recipe on this stuff. That's what I did. Nether lapis ore. I accidentally pulverized them. I got 24 of those things. And I was like, oh no, stop what I'm doing. Okay, well, yeah, I don't know how to math. I don't know how much that's using per. I think it's like 12. Lapis. Okay, so we got some more of this stuff. I'll just go ahead and pulverize up all of these. I guess they could macerate them since we now have a macerator, but I'll just, not here. I'll just do it right here. Yep. Let me go ahead and make up a bunch of those coolant cells. I'm going to make a bunch of those overclocker upgrades, and we'll be back, guys. Before, after, much better. So yeah, I know there's ways that we can increase the overclocker upgrades per machine. We could put in like the power upgrades, and we can increase the amount of power we're actually sending to the machine, and then we could put in the other upgrades that step up from 32 EU to 128 and so on and so forth. But yeah, 6 overclocker upgrades is what we got in about every single one of these machines now. I did put 8 in the macerator. In fact, we could have 10 in here, and that seems to not affect how much power it's able to use. So yeah, we could upgrade that. I put 6 in the ore washing plant and 6 in the thermal centrifuge. And I had some in this fluid solid canning machine. But since we don't use this thing that often, I can just, steal from here and put over into here when we want to use this thing. I was feeling like we were running low on lapis, so I didn't want to use all of it. And yeah, apparently I can math. It uses 8 lapis per one of these cells. It's just I left 8 in there. It never updated that screen. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was using 12 per, and we got 3, which no, that's not the case. We used 8 per. Cool. So now that we got that stuff all done, let's go up and check on our nuclear reactor real quick. Sounds like this might have finished. Yes. Okay, so the depleted uranium, that makes number 3. Let's go back over here real quick. I don't want to touch that stuff without my hazmat suit. I didn't find out the depleted uranium gives you radiation. I just assume it does. So let's see. What were we going to do? We were looking at fuel cell. All right, so I got one here, and then I also have one in here. I keep wanting to click these things. Let's not click them. Yeah, let me go ahead and swap out to this. Okay, hazmat suit on. I want this one out of my tool bag. Put in here. Okay, they do stack. Cool. Also, with the storage drawers, I did go ahead and I made a bigger one. Just a single item in here, and then I put in a diamond upgrade. You can shift, is it control right click, shift right click, and you can get to the upgrade screens. So yeah, I put in a diamond upgrade into this one, which I believe increases the capacity 5 times the default. So 32 stacks times 5, I think is what that, I don't know. Anyway, I noticed that this has a lot of upgrade slots in here, and I don't know if you can keep putting in like diamond upgrades and that'll work, or if you can only just put in one of these size upgrades at a time. I know there's a few other upgrades we can put in here, but anyway, that's why this one's got that diamond colors, because we have the upgrade on there. And I believe there's an emerald upgrade as well that increases the storage capacity even further, but we just don't have very many diamonds, or I'm sorry, we don't have very many emeralds, so I just went with the diamond one. Cool. So now that we got this done, we were gonna look at taking taking these fuel rods, and we were gonna put this through the thermal centrifuge, I believe. So how fast does this go with the overclockers? It goes pretty quick. That's not too bad. It does drain the power though, so I guess 6 overclockers with the amount of power that's going into this is just too much, but that's fine. For those 2, that works. So we get some iron dust, we get 8 of this uranium-238, and then we get 2 tiny piles of plutonium. So we are 2/9 of the way to where we need to be. Cool. We also have that other one up there. I guess that will make us 1/3 of the way to where we need to be. So yeah, let me go ahead and collect some things here, and then we will move on to another project. All right, guys. So since last episode, I've been a little busy. You can't really tell how busy I've been by looking around here. But if we go down below, yep, I've dug out quite a bit underneath our base. The reason why I did this is because we were talking about setting up like a clean room or whatever for the nuclear reactor, having the IC2 ore plant down here, the macerator, the ore washer, and the thermal centrifuge, having all that, the production line down here. So after taking all the time it takes to dig this out and clean up the walls and all of this, I was like, I really don't want to place every single block for flooring, for the walls, all of this stuff. There's a few items in the game which makes, replacing walls really quick, placing lots of blocks really quick. There's a resonant exchanger. There's also the builder's wand. The builder's wand is what I'm interested in doing. Now, in order to get that item, we have to have ourselves a division sigil. Yeah. And you get those by defeating the wither boss. Normally, they can also be found in dungeon chests, and I have found one in a dungeon chest somewhere along the lines. I can't remember where I got it. I just got done processing half a stack of this uranium ore, so we got a lot of this stuff in preparations for later on. But anyway, we got this division sigil, and yeah, I was either found it in like a mine shaft somewhere in one of those mine carts or one of the many dungeons that I found. I even found one of those new Thaumcraft dungeons. These are the ones that we've seen previously in different seasons, where you got the 2 iron bars you go in, and then there's like 3 chests at the bottom. It looks like the layout of those have changed ever so slightly. There's also a skeleton and a zombie spawner in them. Before there was like 3 vanilla chests. Now there's 1, and there's like an abandoned crate or something. It's kind of weird. And then there's like a vase or a jar or something that you break Zelda style. Anyway, I did that off camera. I can't even remember where I found that, but yeah. So we have this division sigil, and in order to do anything with this, we have to perform a ritual. We've done this many times before in past seasons, but this is a new season, so let's do it again. So we need an enchanting table, the vanilla enchantment table. We don't want 12, we just want 1, so let's just make one of those. We're going to need a little bit of redstone. We need 8 pieces of redstone to go around this thing. It needs to be on grass, and it needs to be dark. And then we also need to sacrifice an animal, like a cow or a sheep or something like that. So we'll take one of these single-use safari nets. We'll capture one of those. Yeah, so this is basically all we need. And then we have Silk Touch to get a piece of the cursed earth that spawns around it. So I guess the next step would be to find a spot. I really do need to put an entrance in this base. We need to find a spot where we can perform this ritual. And here's a cow. I wasn't about to die, game. I wasn't about to die. I had complete control. Gimme. Okay, so now we got a cow and a safari net. I was looking. Let's stop for a second. I was looking at this map. We are here. And then there's this little deserty looking area next to us, which is actually a xeric shrubland. Is that how you say that? I don't know. But anyway, I'm probably going to go over here. There's a nice open grassy spot. Doesn't look like there's trees everywhere. We need grass in order for this to work. So that seems like an appropriate place to go. I was looking for my hang glider. Yeah, so let's fly over here real quick. We'll scope the area out, lay down everything we need to lay down, and then we have to wait. Why are these chunks not looting? low chunks, and then we have to wait until exactly midnight before we can perform the ritual. All right, guys. Well, the moon is approaching its apex in the sky, the very top point, midnight. Once that reaches that point, our division sigil should start glowing, and yeah, we should be ready to perform the ritual. Oh, let's have some food real quick. There we go. Yeah, I've been getting some use out of my signal and crossbow. There was like some zombies and spiders over here that were spawning. I was afraid they were trying to get too close to us. There was a lot of chickens around too, which are just making all sorts of noise. Just had to get rid of those guys so we could do what we wanted to do here. But yeah, it looks like the moon is just about in position. So let's get rid of these torches. We can't have outside light around here while we do this ritual. And yeah, our thing is now glowy, so the only thing we should have to do is put Mr. Cow right here and get wrecked, Cow. Why is that so loud? Why? Oh man. All right, let's get a piece of this cursed earth. I guess while there's no monsters around, we can get a few pieces of this stuff. Well, that's a creeper. Get away from me. You know, in hindsight, it might be a good idea if we were, if we were to get the heart canisters. Let's not look at the Enderman. And increase our health. I guess we looked at the Enderman. I said not to. Yeah, if we were to get the heart canisters and increase our health, we should be able to do that. We do have a few other red hearts or whatever. I think some yellow ones from that dragon that we killed. The creepers are the things I'm really afraid of. Yeah, we definitely don't have to stay here and kill all these monsters and destroy all this stuff. In fact, what I'll probably do is just switch, or I'll use the sleeping bag. All right, we got a decent amount of the cursed earth. Yeah, let's just use the sleeping bag up here where it's nice and safe. 11 pieces, that's pretty good. We can always grow this stuff later. We don't have to collect every single piece. So there it is. Okay, where's my sleeping bag? Right here. Cool. Let's go ahead and sleep and make a day. And hopefully all that stuff will just burn up in the daylight. Yeah, all that cursed earth is now going away. All the monsters are dying. That Enderman's really freaking out down there. Well, I guess not all the mobs are going away. We can go and get rid of Mr. Creeper and the spiders. Yep, gotcha. Looks like there's something else over there that was on fire. I'm not quite sure what that was. It seemed like a pretty big flame, though. What is this flower? This is a Dame Bloom Primus. Okay, well, I guess that's a day bloom that you can't break. Maybe you can silk touch it? No. Okay, so that's just a day bloom. I guess that generates mana during the daytime. You can't break it. You can only find it in the wild. Yeah, that must be something newer to Botania that I haven't seen yet. Because the only time I've used Botania recently was in the Gray and Skies. And that was a Skyblock world. You know what? Since we're over here, we can collect a little bit more of this stuff. Since it's on fire, it's daytime, no other monsters should be spawning. I guess it is possible for monsters to spawn in this stuff during the daytime, right? At least I think so. I'm not entirely sure about that, actually. Yeah, the fire should be putting all this stuff out. Looks like some of it's taking longer to go away than others. I'll just go ahead and clean up the rest of this stuff and collect a little bit of this cursed earth, and we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so with the rest of the cursed earth that I collected after it turned daytime, we got over a stack. We got 72 pieces of this stuff. And like I was saying, we can make this stuff grow, like we can spread it. I can't remember if the watering can works on it, but I know it'll spread itself. Like if there's dirt blocks around it and it's dark inside, like if we put this inside a mob spawner or something. So yeah, we really don't need a whole lot of this. We just need one to seed wherever we're going to place the stuff, and it'll just spread and fill out by itself. Okay, so we got the cursed earth. That's really awesome. So the next thing I wanted to do was to make the builder's wand. So the builder's wand, we need an unstable ingot and then some obsidian. The unstable ingot, we can either do the semi-stable ones, which is really safe. Like we can make these, and these semi-stable ones do not explode, but they cost more. It's 1 diamond and then a gold nugget per one of these, and you need 9 of those to make a semi-stable ingot. Yeah. So anyway, if we want to make the regular unstable ingot, it's just iron and then 1 diamond. So it's like 9 diamonds and a gold ingot versus 1 iron ingot and a diamond. So anyway, this is like the less safe way, and this is the way we're going to do it. So let's grab some stuff here. So we'll grab a stack of iron, stack of diamonds. I really don't think we're going to use all of this stuff, but we're just going to grab it anyway. One piece of obsidian so we can make the handle. Yeah, so we only really need one ingot. All right, so it says you have to do this in a vanilla crafting table. I don't really want to do this anywhere near my storage system, so I'm going to take this, and we're going to go down here, so if it explodes, we'll be decently safe. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine. Okay, so crafting table, let's put the upgrades back in here. The extra storage, we'll put that guy right there. Iron, diamonds, and this guy. Oh, can we not do that in this thing? Oh, I thought we could. Let's just take a look. I know it says you have to do it on a vanilla crafting table. Oh, man. I was hoping we could cheat the system by using this thing. Okay, well, it doesn't look like that's going to work. Dang it. I'll just take this stuff back out of here. So I guess we have to use one of these actual crafting tables. We'll just take one out. Wait, that upgrade went to the floor. Let me grab that. Okay, so let's try coming over here away from that thing because I don't want to blow that up. Well, do we get a recipe if we do it this way? One of those plus this. All right, now it shows up. Okay, so they did in fact make it so you can't use the other one. Aha. Now I almost wonder, can we use... All right, let's put this away for a second. I almost wonder, can we use the other thingies? The Tinker's Construct ones? I kind of feel like we won't be able to now, but I just want to check it out. Can we put these in here? Does this do a thing? No. Okay. So it is, in fact, the vanilla crafting table only. I'm pretty sure I used one of these before the last time I made a builder's wand, and that worked. So I thought this was going to work, but no. Vanilla crafting table only. So we get 10 seconds after we craft this thing. Otherwise, it explodes when we die, and we don't want that. All right. So we just need to pull this out, stick it right here, and then put the obsidian right there to make the builder's wand. Let's do it. Got it. Okay, so that wasn't too difficult. There are some things, though. If we look at the unstable. If we look at the unstable ingot, yeah, there's a few things that you can use this to make. Like we can make a block, which I don't really know the purpose of that. We can make the destruction pickaxe, which is kind of cool. We can make some of these crazy other blocks. Yeah, those are... I bet you could do a nice green screen with that. That'd be awesome. So what else do we got here? Dark ethereal glass, ineffable glass. Not sure what that stuff is. The reversing hoe, which is kind of cool. Like if you have dirt, you can right-click this on it and it turns into grass, I do believe. Healing axe fills up your hunger bar. Builder's wand, we know what that does. These sonar goggles, these are kind of crazy. I don't think we're ever going to be building those, though. Etheric sword is okay. I can't remember if it has anything special about it. Yeah, I don't know. Precision shears. I'm trying to remember what those do. It's been a while since I looked at all this stuff. I just remember there's a lot of things that we can build with those unstable ingots. But right now, the only thing I was really concerned about is the builder's wand, because that's going to allow me to build things a heck of a lot faster. Oh, I left... That zombie sounds close. I guess he's just right on top. Yeah, I left that work table down there. I'll go and grab that in a minute. So anyway, stone. Let's get some regular stone blocks. Yeah, just something like that. All right, so builder's wand, for those of you who've never used it before, best thing ever. As long as you have blocks in your inventory, whatever you're pointing at, it'll put 9 in like a little 3x3 grid there, or if you're right up against the wall, or if you hold shift, it does it like in a line. Control looks like it does it in a vertical line. Shift does it in a horizontal line. Otherwise, it just fills in like the closest blocks. But yeah, it'll only place stone blocks. So that's really cool. For building, like floors and things like that, this can't be beat. So I'm super happy about that. I do want to look at making myself one of those. The resonant exchanger. I remembered. So anyway, yeah, I'm definitely interested in making one of these. This is similar to the Thaumcraft wand of equal trade, where you can, right click on a block and it swaps it out with whatever you have this thing set to. This does require a full tesseract and a resonant flux capacitor, which at this point in the game isn't too bad. We already have a lot of Enderium. The tesseract itself, the frame's the most expensive part. We have these electron tubes. We have the Enderium. Teleporter is just a lot of crafting. We need 4 advanced circuits, which is the regular circuits, some redstone, and these intricate circuit boards. So just more crafting, and then the advanced machine casing, which is a basic one, plus some refined iron and advanced alloy. So none of this is too super complicated. It's just, involved. So if I'm going to build a tesseract, I'm probably going to build a few of those just so we have them. I would like to get tesseract over by where our power production is and get a tesseract over here to where our batteries are, just so we aren't losing power through those transmission lines. But yeah, that might be something I work on here pretty quick. I definitely want to get tesseracts in our life because those are so much better than what we are currently using stringing power along. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here for today, guys. We got a lot of cool stuff done. I'm going to continue working on our nuclear reactor and get a few more of those fuel rods in there and spent. I was given a design by somebody in the previous episode comments. It looks like it's a pretty cool design. It uses 2 quad cells. I was going to say 4 cells. Uses 2 quad cells and a few of the advanced heat exchangers and things like this. But it's supposed to be a really stable design. But that'll allow us to make things, 8 times faster than what we're currently making it. So yeah, it's a little bit involved with all the crafting for those components, but it is stable, so we don't need a blast room. But that's still something we'll probably be working on here pretty soon, depending on how fast we can actually copy the the uranium and the plutonium. I don't know how the UU matter and all this stuff is going to work in this pack, how much power we're going to need. This is just things we're going to have to figure out. But yeah, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it. Leave a comment down below and let me know if the microphone sounds better or worse. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.